it's mechanical paper, and with mechanical you have third angle instead of first angle. So I'm just gonna say third. Your symbol will look like this. So in this case, your top is at the top, your front is below top, left is left, right is right. Okay, first question is mechanical analytical, and with that there's no real trick to it. You just need to read who's the person that drew this figure and when was it drawn, or is there any revisions made. There's more tricks to the civil analytical than there is to the mechanical. Just want to check. You might need to calculate dimensions, like what's the diameter for this or the radius for that. Then you just need to look at your other viewpoints, for example your top view or side view. What space is open there to determine what would the diameter be of the thing that go into it. So that's your analytical, question 1. It would count, I'm just going to say question 1, it will count more or less 20 something marks. I'm going to say 27 just for an average number. Then time to spend on it, I want to say 15 minutes. If you have time left, you can always come back to this. Because it doesn't count as much as your other questions will, it's not worth spending time on this one. Alright. Question 2 is a cam. So with the cam, it's supposed to take you around 25-ish minutes, 30 max. So I'm just going to say 30. 35, 40 marks. Depends on the question. Let me check an example. 39. Yeah, so I'm gonna say 39 marks. Okay, my pen just died. So with your cam, you are going to need to look at your question where it gives you the follower and the measurements of the follower. It will tell you the rotation. If it rotates clockwise, you need to number anti-clockwise. So I'm going to say rotate, spelling, number.
And what time are you at?
12. Okay, okay. If the rotation is clockwise, you number anti-clockwise, always in 30 intervals. Then it will explain to you how your graph will move. Okay, so if it says it rests, yours. Okay, it dwells, it rests, what's another word? It remains stationary. Okay, so these words all means that your follower remains at the same height. It flatlines, it goes straight. Okay, next step would be first to redraw this piece that they give you in the position that they tell you. Then you draw your graph, which would be in line with the point of the follower, going up, and then your graph would then move from there on. They will tell you how thick these lines need to be to plot your points on your graph. Usually it's 5 or 6 millimeters. Then you work in 30 degrees each time, so it's 30, 60, 90, going on 120 onwards until you have reached 360 degrees. Because it's a rotation, it needs to start and complete 0 to 360. Then
The line going down from 0 to 60.
do they end? And yes, it will go down to the bottom again. Four. Question 3 is isometric. So for this one, 45 minutes. Leave it after that. I will. Okay. Okay, so it will count more or less 45, 49 marks. I do now. Well, they didn't want me then. Okay. The marks 49 more or less, and then 45 minutes. So far we have used. We have 180 minutes in total for the test. We have used 15 minutes for question 1, 39 for question... Yes. Draw a nut and a bolt. Plus 45. So we are already on 100 minutes. There is 80 left. 81. Okay, to be exact. So that goes towards question 4. For isometric, when you see or hear the word isometric, remember 30 degrees. 30 degrees. Always 30 degrees. So you're going to use your 60 degree triangle. 30-60 degree triangle. And you also will be using 90 degrees. So I always remember the shape. Because usually at the bottom of your question to start your isometric drawing in grade 10, beginning of grade 11, they would have this symbol to show you where you need to start your lines. So with isometric, this will be 30 degrees, this will be 30 degrees, and then this will be 90 degrees. Okay, so 90 degrees. Whenever you need to go to a side, you usually use your 30-60 degree triangle. When you want to go up and down, you use your straight 90 degree line of your board, or the ruler of your board. Then isometric circles is going to be your trick to the question, always in grade 11, and then you also need to revise on how to draw a hexagon. Because I saw the hexagons and the pentagon? No? What's the one with the 5 corners?
Pentagon, we have the pentagon for this.
No. In paper 1, the pentagon kicked a few of the letters.
Wait,
There was a pentagon. Okay, so to draw a pentagon,
No, ma'am, that paper was horrible. I don't like it.
the paper.
Question 2. Okay, the last question. Perfect. Question 2. And 3. Except the bath. No, I don't.
Okay, so to draw a pentagon,
But I was fine. No, ma'am, how was supposed to show the bath? How did you draw it?
it will be for question 1 or question...
Question 4.
It will be taking up the whole space that they gave you, then
Every single part of it. Yeah.
For which part? Question 4.
What is the bathroom now?
you have your toilet.
I don't remember.
Analytical.
That's sectional A.
Oh.
Did the pasta do
Yes, it did.
mine?
Mine was a little.
Over.
Mine.
It's fine.
I love corner it.
It's fine.
Oh, and then in question one, what did that button, that appreciation mean? That appreciation for the button, they said you had to choose. No, not the abbreviation. They said you must show it in.
Freehand. In freehand.
Yeah, but like, what was the button supposed to look like? Question 6
Like this. These two.
for number 1.
It was just question 2.
Yes, that's it.
Guys, next time. We're getting so forward.
Ma'am, are we going
Okay,
to
so-
in the isometric or hexagons?
Sorry? This is the freehand for your box.
Why do we have 2 dots?
It's a dot for the two sides, then a dot to say, oh, this is a mark. Then a mark if you did it
So we have
freehand.
to draw so many dots.
No. The dots is my marks that I have to give you. So then a mark for the drain, a mark for your shape, a mark for it being freehand.
Okay, I got it.
But I think
I'll show you. So, okay, hexagon. First I want to show the pentagon. There's a special number that you need to remember with the pentagon. 72 degrees. Okay, so with the pentagon, you start with a flat bottom, depending on where they want the flat bottom to be, and they will tell you it needs to be 20 millimeters. So they will give you the size of one of your,
is it going to be another one?
no, just for in case. I can't tell you. Just for in case. Okay, so then you put your protractor on one of your corners and measure 72 degrees. Then if your lines are 20, then you just draw 20 millimeter lines. On your compass, you take 20 millimeters, sharp point on the edge of the line, and then you make a mark towards the top. And then you do the same on the other side, then you just connect it. There's a few minutes left. Your hexagon, to draw that, they're going to give you a size for one of your sides. Then you take your compass, you put that size measurement on your compass. So let's say your side is 20. Then you take the 20 measurement on your compass and you draw a circle. Now, depending on whether you need the sharp points of the hexagon to be on the sides or the bottom, where the sharp points need to be, that's where you put your sharp point of your compass. So let's say, this is now my center lines, I need my sharp points to be at the top.
Can I just draw the lines like those because you have to see these lines with
Yeah. What lines?
this line circle. Just start drawing the lines straight.
But then you'll get a square.
So the size, one side is the radius of the circle.
One side is already.
If one side is 20 millimeters, then you draw a circle with the radius of 20 millimeters.
Yes. Yes. One side is 20 millimeters, then you draw a radius 20 millimeters circle. So I'm going to do this again. I have a circle, I have my center lines. I need my sharp points of the hexagon to be on the top and the bottom, for argument's sake. Then I take 20, that's already on my compass. Already on my compass, sharp point in the corner where I need it, and make a mark towards both sides. Then we do the same on the opposite. I need my sharp point to be at the bottom, still have 20 on my compass, make a mark towards both sides. So in theory you would have two circles like this. Okay, so then you have the following points. So you can just connect them. if it's isometric, it means you will have a box shape, and you need to then look at how you're going to transfer this information onto your box. So I'm going to measure from here to there, this piece, and then place it from here to there. Same for the bottom, or you can just project this straight down. And then I know, okay, these are my 2 points. To get these, I just measure from here to there, and then place it on both sides. So now I know that's how they will connect. Okay, asymmetric circles. With this one, I'm gonna need a new paper. So with this one, I'm just gonna use one of the sides of my isometric box where I know my circle needs to fit in. So my circle is, for example, it doesn't matter, 20 radius. So let me make this bigger. This is my center line. So you take your square of your isometric box, divide it into 4. Then shorties, stick with shorties. So you need to draw short lines to divide them. If I were to divide my line like this versus that, this line looks longer than this one does. So the short one is the right one. So that will be my final line. Then on the other side, I'm just going to copy it, 2 shorties. With this, where I just need to wrap my head around what I'm doing now. Let's do the other side first. If I draw a line, so I'm first looking at the one side and then the other side. Then I'm swapping it, looking at it from top to bottom. So if I were to draw a line like this versus a line like that, this one looks shorter than the other one. So then that will be my final line. Repeating it at the bottom. Okay. So where X marks the spot, that is where I'm going to put my sharp point of my compass. I'm going to open it up to the side, any side, it doesn't matter, where I need my small circle to go. Then I just draw in a curve. Same on the other side, it will be the same length. Sharp point where X marks the spot, open up to a side, and then I draw in a curve. Okay, where your lines that you drew cross, that's where you put your sharp point. And you open your compass up to the edge, so one of your center lines, and you draw your circle until it touches your other center line. To complete this circle, you will see that there's a V shape pointing down and a V shape pointing up. So these V shapes will be our next points for our compass. So with this, I'm putting my sharp point on the corner of the V, open up to the center line where my small circle stopped, and I continue the circle towards the bottom. Repeat. Okay. Sharp point in the corner of the V, open up to the center line. Then I draw my curve down to the other quarter of the center line. Okay, then I do the exact same for the other V. Sharp point there. The measurement should be the same, but I open up to a center line. And I draw my curve up to the next quarter of the center line. Okay. So, yeah, your question won't be as tricky as the one in term 2, but you will get a circle, you will get one of these, where's the, one of these, and then practice getting your time around 45 minutes. Yes. Yes. Just check on your rubric that's on your page whether you get marks for an auxiliary view. Then you know somewhere must be some or other auxiliary view. If there is no marks and you still feel like you need one, draw one. You won't lose marks for something that's there extra, as long as it doesn't interfere with your sketch. Okay, question 4.
How can we get, let's say we don't get the point right, but we get marks.
Let's say you don't get what right? The whole drawing. I still mark other lines. I give you marks for this box that you draw first. That's, let's say, about 6 marks. Then I give you marks for if you at least maybe have you started a shape somewhere. So here's another 3 or 4 marks. Then if I can see you attempted to draw in your circle, then you get marks for your construction, and your maybe one of your sides are correct. You still get a mark for that. So just continue working on it, and I'll be able to search for where we can get you a mark. Don't leave it blank. Never leave a question blank. That's what I want to say with question 4. With question 4, they will give you machine parts that you need to put together. They will show you how it needs to be connected into one another. If you have a real challenge picturing how this will fit into each other, hello, and you can maybe put 3 or 4 parts correctly into each other and you don't know where the rest should go, just draw it somewhere on the page. Never mind putting it in the right spot, just draw it somewhere on the page, because I can still mark that part for you, even if it's in the wrong spot. The placement, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this, but the placement of where you put your parts only counts, 8 marks. So the rest of the 80-mark question paper is then still fair game. Because then you're going to get lazy and not want to put it all together and build your part. Yes. Yes. You will get a picture of, let's say, your parts. You have a wheel, you have a bar, okay, your wheel has another front view or side view, you have a bar where the wheel will go onto, and somewhere there's a section line, only on one of your parts. It will show that when assembled you need to slice flat through your wheel, or they will show the whole assembly of in a asymmetric way. Is this the nut and bolt? It's where the nut and bolt comes in, yes. Or they will show where it's assembled and then indicate to slice it through. So they will usually, let me just find the question paper for you. They will usually tell you where to. This is just a random question paper. Let's see if they want a section. Full labels show the sectional line with the sectional right view. Okay, so we need to show a side. So then it means you slice it straight through here. And done. If they want a sectional front view, then you slice it like this. And done. Yeah, you don't slice through a nut or a bolt. Okay, that I'll ask from you. You know, your top view will be at the top, your front will be at the bottom, left will be left, right will be right. Where do I place left and right? The bottom. So right, left, 45 degrees. You have 4 questions. 15 minutes for question 1 more or less. 39 marks, 30 minutes more or less for your camp. 45 minutes for your isometric, and then we said 81 minutes for your question 4, and it will count 89-ish marks. So your paper is 3 hours, 200 marks, just like paperwork.